4 p.m., the college football hour. Can you hear me, JP? There we go. We're going to have some fun this hour. We'll play Rock Jocks and Pop Culture. Reser Stadium, Oregon State Beaver football fan. Welcome to the club. Welcome to what basically every other fan base has to go through. We'll pick on you a little bit. We will also this hour get you qualified for our Diamond Dig. So if you want to brag on your special someone, why she deserves, why they, I probably should say, deserve this $4,000 diamond ring, you'll have your chance this hour to call in. Prater in the ball game. But first, Prater, a lot of us read this text last night. Brett McMurphy, one of those dudes, when he texts something regarding college football, you probably aren't going to push it aside and say, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He had kind of one of those McMurphy bombs last night, huh? Yeah, and it came to fruition today. George Kliavkoff, Pac-12 Commissioner, is in Dallas. He spent the entire day and is still there, apparently, according to reports, going to a basketball game tonight, just visiting the campus. He visited San Diego State in December. Today, he's visiting the campus of Southern Methodist University. And by all accounts, they're going to announce their media rights package here in the next 30 to 90 days. And I still don't understand the timeline, whether the media rights package is going to come first or expansion is going to come first. There's reports out there both, but they're out there doing their due diligence. And when they get to a certain point, I believe the Pac-12 wants to talk about San Diego State, SMU, add them to the family. At first, you shake your head, what the hell's going on here? But guys, I hate to say it. I really hate to say it. It makes more sense than you ever want to believe. And we're going to try to give you some information here over the next 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm interested to hear, kind of your research on this. I did mine as well. And obviously, if you guys want to call or text, why SMU to the Pac-12, 208-424-9300 on this, Prater. Now, you remember when SMU really mattered. You remember pre-death penalty SMU, don't you? The Pony Express. Sure. And what they were as big a brand as any college football program in the early 80s right there. They've mattered before, but most people in the college football world, kind of myself included, not SMU. SM who? Who are these guys? It's a small private school, Methodist school in the Dallas area that I don't even think people in Texas care about. So I'll take that side of this argument too. Like Pac-12, George Kliavkoff, this could be a disastrous mistake where you have bigger and better, more profitable programs that you could choose from to be that magical number 12 in your new version of the pack. So that's kind of where I am. Where do we want to start on this? You kind of got me interested with what you said there, dude. Well, you think it makes more sense than people are going to think? Well, there's little bits of pieces here and there, and you're going to have to decide for yourself. And I'm going to give you some facts, and then you guys can decide for the opinions. But, why does the Pac-12, why SMU? The whole point of this segment is why SMU. Yeah. The Pac-12 is going into the SMU because of several reasons. One, it gives them recruiting access into Texas. Okay. That's certainly very important. The exact same reason that they want San Diego State, so they can keep their fingers in the recruiting pie in Southern California. That's very, 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 very important. You're dipping your toes into Big 12 country. And right now the Big 12 and the Pac-12 are kind of playing off of each other and trying to one-up each other. So waging little battles, media rights battles this, media rights battles that, maybe going after some of the same teams. This is a little poke in the bear at Big 12 country. George Kliavkoff told San Diego State about 4 years ago, if you want to ever be interested in Pac-12 football, you need to invest into your program. And San Diego State built a brand new football stadium and is doing all kinds of other things, and they're knocking on the door of a Research One university. They've done everything that George Kliavkoff have asked. Same message has been sent to SMU. SMU is spending $100 million on a stadium expansion. They put the shovel in the ground in December, and by the time the 2024 season opens up, they will have a $100 million renovation of their stadium in time for 2024. They have launched a $1.5 billion capital campaign for athletics. Boise State just launched a $300 million capital campaign for athletics. So that just tells you where they're investing into the future. Name, image, and likeness. I can't tell you how important name, image, and likeness. And every time we talk about it on this show, and you guys roll your head, Boise is one of the worst name, image, and likeness cities in all of college football. What? SMU spent in the past year $4.5 million. They didn't spend. They distributed $4.5 million to student athletes at SMU
every single scholarship football player, the day he signs at SMU, gets a $36,000 per year check.
Damn, Gina.
They have invested in name, image, and likeness that you've ever could possibly believe. Yes, there's some desperation into going into Dallas. They need 2 more schools. They need the 2 more schools because they need the inventory. Because when they go and sign this next media rights deal with Amazon and ESPN, they need inventory. 10 schools doesn't get it done. 11 schools doesn't get it done. 12 schools get you the job done in terms of the inventory. That's very, very important. Very, very, very important right now. So there's that as well. That's it, ballgame. I mean, that's it. I mean, the major stadium reconstruction, the NIL, it's a top 70 academic school. Boise State has an academic endowment fund of, it's really, really small.
Okay.
SMU has a $2 billion endowment fund,
Wow.
a top 70 academic school. When the Pac-12 lost UCLA and USC, they lost 6.7 million households, television households. If you add San Diego State and SMU back into the fray, that gets you 4.1 million television households back. In the entire state of Idaho, there are 517,000 television households.
Yeah.
In the entire state.
It's awful. Yeah.
It's not even close.
What it is. Yeah. There's not a lot of people in
Guys,
the state right now.
It's about 2 things. It's about massively investing into your future. And Boise State is just now starting and so far behind, it's ridiculous. And it's also about the television and the inventory. And I know that Boise State in 2021 averaged 650,000 viewers for its football games. Last year, 2021, not 22. 2021, Boise State averaged 650,000 viewers for its,
which is good.
Which is good.
I like the best of any group of 5 school, I think.
Certainly
better than SMU.
Army, BYU. There's a couple in front of them.
BYU wasn't considered group of 5 though. They were an independent.
Well, but they're not Power 5. They're a non-power. Cincinnati was in there. There's a couple. They're not first. SMU is way down the list, 164,000.
Way down.
Boise State gets about 500,000 more viewers for a football game per average. Television executives such a small number. That's like me handing you a $5 bill.
They just don't give a rip about that.
$500,000 for 6 football for 12 football games. That doesn't matter. That doesn't really move the needle. And they think by investing in Texas, by investing in a school that's investing billions and billions of dollars into its program, that they could grow SMU to the point where that $500,000 gap is closed, meaningless. And looking down the road, they're probably right if this thing continues to go the way
could
it's going.
Could SMU be more powerful than TCU, another religious private school in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think it could?
They don't need that. They don't need that. They need inventory. They need a school that's investing money into their program. They need the ancillary benefits of going into Texas and having a recruiting footprint into Texas. They're not going out looking for a team to compete for championships. They're making a business decision.
It's a business decision.
It's a business decision. And if it's a business decision, I hate to say it. SMU is a better business decision overall than Boise State football.
Couple things. Dallas Fort Worth market, that's number 5 for television.
Yes, sir.
Regardless of how many people in that market are actually running to their television to watch the SMU game.
165,000.
Of market number 5.
Yes.
This also gives them inventory, the league, in the Eastern and Central time zone.
Yep.
I mean, you can have the Pac-12 play a game in Dallas at 11 a.m. Mountain Time,
which is
noon Mountain Time,
which is what the Big 12 wants. They want that 4th window as well, which is why Boise State and Fresno State could be attractive to the Big 12. And that's where I was talking about the Pac-12 and the Big 12 kind of petty fighting with each other. The Pac-12 wants to venture east a little bit. The Big 12 wants to venture west a little bit, and they're kind of going after the same people.
Yeah. And this is 4 or 5, however many home games SMU plays in that league, 4 or 5 opportunities for Pac-12 programs to play in Texas. And, what did Andy Avalos tell you about talking with Jeremiah Dickey about Texas earlier this year, Prater?
They want to go into Texas and play a football game, I think, every single year.
Every year,
yes.
He said he wants to play a game in Texas. every single year. Now, that won't be the case for the Pac-12, but it'll be better than nothing. I mean, a lot of these Pac-12, and I can see this already, and I haven't heard anything. This is just me and my hyperbolic college football ADHD kicking in. When Oregon is going to play SMU, I think we're going to move that sucker to Jerry's World, right? Just right down the road. I mean, there's that opportunity for SMU as well to really have a massive game, neutral site type of stuff. Teams do that all the time. I think Arkansas and TCU play in Jerry's World every year, or wherever the teams are. A&M and Arkansas play in Jerry's World. I can totally see, because Oregon feels like it will probably be the biggest brand in this league when the LA schools leave, but you get Duck fans an opportunity to go to Jerry's World and watch them play SMU in a conference game. We're going to see that type of stuff. If Kliavkoff knows what he's doing, take advantage of bigger and better and the glitz and the glamour of Dallas, even though it's SMU. It's not Texas or TCU or what was the other, Texas A&M. Maybe it can grow into being anywhere close to that.
That's good, Boise. Then you don't get the benefit of being in Texas. You don't get the benefit of some of these other things. So, yeah, I mean, if you get everything that you want in Texas based on, plus what you just said, it's kind of a no-brainer for the Pac-12.
Makes sense now. Yeah, I think you've sold me on this.
Go back and look at the group of 5 schools over the last 5 to 10 years that have made the jump to Power 5. Almost every single one of them, and I ran out of time, so I didn't quite finish all my research, but almost every single one of them have done major stadium reconstructions to their football stadium and stuff that's done. Jeremiah Dickey is proud, and as he should be.
Yeah, where's he with
and
this?
Boise State fans are proud, as they should be, about these $1 million donations that we keep hearing on email. Those are cool, and it's never happened before, and it's a start. When SMU wants to do this, they're getting $50 million donations.
Yeah.
They're getting $50 million donations, and Boise State's putting out press releases over $1 million donations. It's all about investing into your program, and Boise State is doing that right now. They should have been doing it 10 years ago. They lost the window. They lost track. Jeremiah Dickey, where were you 10 years ago? It didn't happen.
If had they had Dickey capitalizing off the Pete and the Kellen era, you think Boise State right now could be in a Power 5 conference?
I would say capitalizing off the timing of Pete and Kellen with Jeremiah Dickey, they absolutely would be in that conference right now.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
So they just missed the 10-year window, and the fans are included in this in terms of the donations. $5 million to SMU student athletes for name, image, and likeness. I don't think people are spending $5,000 on Boise State.
I had no idea that if you sign a letter of intent, if you sign the dotted line to be a football player at SMU, they give you $32,000 a year. 36 grand a year.
When we were in college, that's the kind of job we were looking for out of college.
I mean, especially now you can sell them on, we're in the Pac-12 now, and there's bigger. How about this? Brennan in Boise texts, Boise State and the administration should be absolutely ashamed that the Pac-12 continues to overlook them. Make the necessary moves to continue, or make the necessary moves, or continue to lose. The alumni like myself as fans, we're going to bail on this thing. What do you think of what Brennan is saying?
Yeah, that's a bad text message, Brennan. Be better than that. First of all, the athletic department is trying to clean up a mess that was left behind, and they're doing a fantastic job. And Brennan, how much are you spending? It's all about you guys.
Brennan,
It's all about you guys. It's all about you guys giving hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in some cases millions of dollars, to the university, and that we just don't do that around here.
I think the problem is that, and maybe this is unfair, but it's not about how many games you win, or how many dudes you put into the NFL, or what awesome color your turf is. They don't care, man.
And stop fighting that fight. Stop fighting that fight.
They're not just taking the teams with the best winning percentages.
No.
SMU is probably going to, so you
I think
like
it's done.
this.
I think it's done.
San Diego State, SMU to the Pac.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I certainly understand. I wish it was BSU. I mean, check 8 out of 10 boxes if they were getting this opportunity. So I'm not saying that they don't. Just in terms of the booster engagement, the fundraising engagement, the history, the money, the endowment, the academics, the things that you could control, but you're just 20 years late to the party.
Is that why UNLV never gets mentioned in this? Because I would think if I'm the Pac-12, I want UNLV, I want Vegas, I want that big market, I want that city, I just want the party style, I want the location for all my fans to be able to go and travel to. But why is Vegas not in this thing? Because I get it, they don't win either, but neither does SMU really.
But SMU is in Texas.
Yeah, okay,
and that gets you the recruiting market.
So
SMU is going to give you the fifth largest TV market in the world. And that's going to be able to, that's potential audience members down the road. It doesn't have anything to do with wins and losses. And Vegas isn't that big of a market. It really isn't that big of a market.
The future, I think, is pretty bright for everything they're doing with sports, though, and the stadium.
But certainly not at the college level.
No, not yet. But it'd be a nice place to travel. For
12 Pac-12, 10 Pac-12 presidents are not going to make that decision based on Vegas travel. It won't even make the top 50 criteria.
Yeah, so I was wondering about that.
No.
With Las Vegas. So SMU.
I think it's going to happen, and I think it's going to happen probably in the next 90 days. And it's going to suck. It's really going to suck. But the Pac-12 is making the right decision. I promise.
So Boise State, the hope is now with the Big 12 again.
Mark, the Big 12 commissioner has come out several times and said, "I want that fourth window." And when he talks about the fourth window, type in Big 12 commissioner, Mark, fourth window. That means he wants inventory. Inventory is the new buzzword out there right now. Inventory.
Yep.
And that's going to give them late night inventory in the fourth TV window. Every conference is looking for that right now. Yeah. The Big 12 has West Virginia on the East Coast. And if they could have Boise State and Fresno on the West Coast and that fourth TV window, beautiful.
Yeah, and the Pac-12 will now have the morning TV windows. SMU in the Central Time Zone, you could kick off a game at 11. It'd be 10 a.m. Mountain West, 9 a.m. Pacific Time Zone. And I would imagine some SMU games are going to kick off about that time. Yeah, you can get in. Pac-12 can now get in an earlier window, whereas the Big 12 wants to get in a later window. JP, we're going to continue the college football hour, talking briefly about what's going on at Reser Stadium in Corvallis, but we also have our Diamond Dig, don't we?
Let's do it. We need some contestants. If you have a story, why do you deserve this $4,000 diamond ring? Why does your significant other deserve this diamond ring? We want to hear the stories. We had some great ones yesterday. Let's even make them better today.
Call right now, 208-424-9300. Why does your special someone deserve an opportunity for a $4,000 diamond ring from the Diamond Girls? This is your chance. Call, give us your spiel. Let us know how special this person is, what you guys are going through as a family. Again, make us laugh or make us cry. We want emotions. Call right now if you want to be a contestant today for our Diamond Dig. Prater in the Ballgame.
From the Beacon Plumbing Traffic Studios, this is Ticket Traffic.
Chittenden Boulevard westbound this afternoon is slow between Cloverdale and